Joy. This is the route. It's nearly 200 kilometers. Start here, Baguio, go into the valley, they climb back up to the city of Baguio, then on a different circuit they descend and climb back again to finally reach the finishing line.
The cyclists will be flagged off from just in between the lagoon and the football field here at Burnham Park. This is called Lake Drive, and they will go down Harrison Road, Governor Pack Road, and all the way out of the city proper.
Still 80 cyclists surviving, the 84 that set out in Cayenne del Oro, and are now heading out into the mountains. There are hardly any flat roads today, just a little respite down in the valley, but it will be very hot once we do get down there. And even as we leave the start area, although the race is neutralized for the first 7 kilometers, which means the riders don't actually turn the pedal in angle at all, they're going uphill. All together as they leave the city, a city which has welcomed the tour here many times. A nice sunny day, 36 degrees, light winds, and a fairly reasonable humidity at 42%. And already, even in the neutralized section, the Koreans, who seem to have flat tires every day, have started a sequence of punctures. And virtually the whole team behind the race here, all by the roadside, literally one after another, the tires exploding. Now, they're either pumping these tires up too hard, the wheels are at fault, or the tires are at fault. But it always happens to the same team. So it clearly is not just bad luck. There's a little bit of panic too here in the Korean team, but in fact the race director has announced on the race radio, and there he is, Pat McQuaid, he will slow the race until they rejoin, because they're lucky enough they punctured before the official race starts. So they're all together now as the race gets underway. Well, not quite, because in fact this is Federico Cruz who's gone clear, and I think he's been joined there, Seb, by Carlo Yasul.
Federico Cruz was born in July 7, 1966, and is a shoemaker by profession.
Well, he could wear his shoes out today, because some of these hills are so steep. I honestly feel many of the riders will be walking before the finish.
Yes, indeed.
And now there's a little workman-like group trying to get away off the front as well. The two leaders are away. And this is a chasing group. The one of the Malaysian riders here has come up into this breakaway as well. We'll catch the size of the numbers as soon as we can. Back to the two leaders at the moment. This is Cruz and Yasul. They're working away together, and they're even talking here because they know they can't possibly hold off the field all day, but they're trying to get a little group going at the front. It's a good move by the two Filipino riders, and this group is catching up, and there are 6 of them on the chase down.
And this has been the subject of discussion every time we finish the race, the lack of cooperation, organization, and fluidity on the part of the Filipino riders along the route.
Well, we're 41 kilometers in. This is the first sprint of the day, and Yasul scores for the Philippine national team, and Manila is second there with Cruz. He gets the second place points. The chase isn't far behind them. Estevillo snatches third place. He's just joined the breakaway chase behind, and Estevillo is now climbing up in that sprint competition very well indeed. He's third overall at the moment. There he is, and they're coming up on the two leaders now. He's wearing the blue jersey of the sprint leader, but that's because the two riders above him are also leading in other competition, the two Korean riders, and they're not in this move at the moment. And in fact, they've all come together, but you may have caught a glimpse there, right up the road, immediately attacking is Estevillo. The reason being, the second sprint of the day is only 15 kilometers after the first one. Here he comes, he gets maximum points this time, 5 for him, thumbs up for him as well. He now moves into second place overall in that competition. He's riding high right now. Yasul getting second on the day there, and Cruz snatching third. But we now have one rider in the lead, and we have behind 8 riders chasing, and then further back at 1 minute 20 seconds we have the yellow jersey of Valdez. He's still in that group, and for the time being he still has this race under control. So that's a good time to take a break.
As we go on the climb,
who seems to be the best, and Jundai Hong lying third in that line of riders. Back up to the leaders, the 4 of them. Deloso still setting the pace, followed by Felix Celeste Jr. And that's how we bring you the pictures from the sky. The best seats in the house today in what is turning out to be an excellent day's racing, but you know, they all are in the Marlborough Tour. And look at this now. This is Victor Espiritu, who's trying now to bridge the gap. Hyundai Hong is trying to grab his wheel. So too is Tonton Sudanta and the yellow jersey. So the yellow jersey trying to hang on in there when a man we know is a great climber is trying to reach these four leaders. And still Noto is doing all of the work. He's being held a little bit by Celeste, but the other two seem content to sit there and hope. There's the chase group coming around the corner. The yellow jersey just about latched onto the back. The man doing the work there is number 1. Now a puncture again.
Yes, number 125, Nunung Burhanuddin of Indonesia.
Well, he's taking it very casually while there's a phase bike. That's the way to do it. There's no point in panicking. The mechanics must be allowed to do their job. Hyundai Hong is in trouble. That was Hyundai Hong who is dropping away. The last Korean, lying 3rd overall in this race, is showing signs of cracking with about 75 kilometers covered at the moment.
Take a look at Tonton Susanto, whose best finish was 4th in the Lucena Antipolo stage, which was the 5th stage.
And he's come up here with number 1, Espiritu, who has joined the back of the splitting chase pack. It's like 6 riders down there from the helicopter. Espiritu still quite a way behind overall, but he's last year's defending champion, and today is the day in which he should excel if he's going to at all.
Yes, Espiritu is 21 years old and is affiliated with the Armed Forces of the Philippines. As Bill mentioned, he is the defending champion of the tour.
And the yellow jersey looking over his shoulder, he hadn't enjoyed this early part of the first test of the day because too many riders slipping away, including Espiritu and the Tonton Sudanto, because there they are, they've just latched on now to the 4 original breakaways who led onto this mountain. There are now 6 men in front. And 2 strong riders joining here, 2 great climbers in Sudanto and Espiritu. And Espiritu is not waiting to check out their strength. He has gone straight through. Celeste has spotted him and taken his wheel. Now that takes some doing, but that is the sign of a pure climber. A man who can raise his game just like that, lift the rhythm and break the spirit of those around him. And here we have him now, Espiritu, last year's defending champion, in the best positioning, well, I would say he's been in since this race began. Celeste has recognised it, so too has Tonton Sudanto of Indonesia. He's going across, and that will put 3 new men out in front, and the rest of the riders spread eagle down the mountain. This has been a tough start to the day. Now he's come from the back to the front in what looks like very easy moves indeed. Espiritu, a little bit of a star in the Philippines because they know he can climb. He can get it all out today. This could be a marvellous day for him.
Yes, Espiritu making a bigger name for himself when the amateurs were allowed to join the Marlboro Tour starting last year, and he made quite an impact. He won the whole thing.
He can't make a bigger impact than that, Seb. Well, this is Tonton Sudanto. He climbs very, very well indeed. We knew that. Celeste looking a little bit laboured. You see he's using his shoulders and his arms as well as his legs. His whole body is working there. The yellow jersey continues to labour here. He's in the middle of what is now a very split chase group. They're spread right down the mountain. And in fact, look at this. Celeste has gone. Another acceleration has come from Espiritu. And this time, Celeste has given best. He has gone right back as once more another 2 kilometres an hour added to the speed of Espiritu. Now this is the chase group. Carlo Guillev, best placed now. He lies 2nd overall. The yellow jersey is behind him. Guillev now could be climbing towards the yellow jersey. He's the best placed man overall to take over the race lead. He's 1 minute 27 seconds behind Placido Valdez.
Yep, losing the yellow jersey after the 2 stages. On the other day, the 7th day, or the 7th stage.
Now, there he is. Valdez. He had a great team time trial, so did his team. But the word reaching us at the start this morning, the team are feeling a little bit ill. And so it may be something they've eaten or drank, but they're not firing today, that's for sure. But this man is Espiritu, and so too is Sudanto. They are still showing the pacemaking on this mountain despite the gradient. Sometimes real climbers prefer to set the pace and not do the pacemaking like we would normally see. Yellow jersey group, and there he is. He's trying, he's fighting back a little bit, and in fact that's Guillev alongside him. So they've come back together on this climb. They've been yo-yoing for some kilometres, and now the 1st and 2nd overall are once again locked in combat. And now you can see by both of these riders labouring showing that this climb is getting very, very steep indeed. This climb in place is as steep as any climb you'll find in the Tour de France. And for most of the climbs in the Tour de France, these climbs today are longer.
Crowd telling the cyclists, you can do it, you can do it.
Now the yellow jersey has found a lot of people around him, but instead of driving the chase, he's sitting at the back, and that to me does not indicate a good, healthy sign at all. These two have got the rhythm. Pat McQuaid's shouting at him. 4 minutes, Pat McQuaid is saying, and he's then saying to the riders, don't forget to eat. Absolutely crucial right now, because they still face more than 100 kilometers if they are to survive to the end. They head up the mountain. The yellow jersey group 4 minutes back now. These are the chasers trying to reorganize. The Loser, who was in the early move, remember, falling back here. The leaders are free. Baguio City is on the horizon. We are heading now down to the start-finish line. This will be the end of the first big lap. Then we make the same descent we made at the start this morning, and then we come back up a different road, the Kennan Road. 4 minutes 30 to the yellow jersey. This group is now being told by the official timer on the back of the motorbike there. And this has been a vicious first climb. Nobody has saved any energy at all for the second climb to the finish, into the downs, through the start finish. A massive crowd enjoying a beautiful day here, high up in the mountains of the Philippines.
Just cutting through what is known as Lake Road and right through Burnham Park, a popular vacation spot here.
And over the finishing line, Espiritu gets maximum points for the first mountain climb as he leads over the line there, Susanto of Indonesia. There's the result of the San Miguel, King of the Mountains, and the third place being taken by Wong Cam Pro of Hong Kong. But the yellow jersey is the man losing time. He's now conceded almost 5 minutes of his lead to Victor Espiritu in the lead. Espiritu is 11 behind. Will he catch up? We'll find out soon.
We welcome you back to our continuing coverage of the Marlboro Tour for 1997.
Well, the riders descending the Marcus Road. Well, some of them are, but on that nasty bend there, that's a Hong Kong rider who's gone off the road by Chung, and he's come back. He did well to hold it there. He found a gap in the fence, but the crash behind looks more serious. That looks like the red jersey of the King of the Mountains leader there, Jun Dai-hong, who's lying such high overall position. He has skidded out. Well, all of the riders, we attempted to warn them off this descent. There was actually small stones on the bend, and he's caught them with his front wheel and lost it. Well, everybody's on hand here, including the race doctor. Now, if they can get him okay, he's only a little bit stunned, I think, but if they can get him okay, he'll get back in the race, because, of course, he's riding high overall and still remains a real challenger in this event.
As we take an aerial view of Kennan Road, the familiar road on the way to Baguio, sometimes feel this road is closed due to landslides, but it's very much wide open here today.
I think that's bad news for the race, because, of course, this is a very tough course, and now they're having to climb up to the finish for the final time at Baguio. This is the gap to Carlos Ghia, 5 minutes and 35 seconds. So Espiritu is now having a one-on-one battle with him. There's only seconds between them for the race leader's yellow jersey at the moment. Placido Valdez a long way behind. This man is affecting the situation though. Very good fight back by Wong Cam Pro. He's had his own problems today. He's been knocked off the bike, in fact, by a spectator's bucket of water. And I must ask you not to throw those at them from the next day onwards. Victor Espiritu, my goodness me, came out fighting today, forcing the leading group at 85 kilometers covered, leaving a possibility of 150 kilometers to stay clear. He started off with Tonton Susanto, but now look at that. He's dropped Susanto, and he's facing the final climb alone. And I'm afraid the story is not good for number 41, Placido Valdez. He is now 8 minutes behind, and he's losing that yellow jersey. The question we ask, will it be to Carlo Ghia, or will it go to this rider here, Espiritu?
Victor Espiritu likes these parts, the scene of his victory last year, and he was hoping he could make a big move in the right direction, especially when we got to the Baguio stage. As we check on Carlo Ghia.
Well, Carlo Gieb is still holding Espiritu reasonably within his sights. I mean, the best part of 6 minutes, yes, but this man is much higher up the overall classification than Espiritu. Arnold Kermit, the man who won the first stage and wore the yellow jersey for the day, also riding well. We have to say, Seb, the Philippine national riders today are right up there, and with the absence of the Korean team, they are going to take the lead in the international competition.
Excellent downhill and along straight pavement.
Absolutely, and look at this, Juan Campo has now caught the Indonesian. But 3.5 minutes behind, Espiritu is now on the steep section by the line's head.
Yes, this is... He's telling his ward, Carlo Gieb, what to do.
Well, he'll be telling him that he's touch and go, and he could be in. It looks as though we're climbing Alpe d'Huez, that shrine for all cycling enthusiasts in the Tour de France. A lovely crowd has come out here. Very steep final kilometres of the climb. He was 10 minutes 26 seconds behind Valdez this morning. He closed at and Gieb and Kermit are together now, so they've rid themselves of everybody else. They are lying third and fourth on the mountaintop.
Espiritu checking where he is right now.
Well, he's got time to work it out at this speed, but it looks now. Yellow jersey for sure. Juan Campo really struggling. You see the dirt on his shorts there where he fell off in that accident. He's remounted. It's all been a crashing fight. He's back in the race and chasing, so he could still come in with a respectable time. Now it's a one-on-one battle here. Gieb knows he is a massive second between him and the rider who's going to win the stage for sure now, Victor Espiritu, and that is the race now, not just for the stage win, but also for the yellow jersey. But today, this man has been the absolute star of the Marlborough Tour. He comes home before a massive crowd. He'll surrender very shortly. His reward will certainly be the stage victory. You'll have to wait to see if it's also the leader's yellow jersey. Victor Espiritu crosses the line. He is the winner today in Baguio City. He's got the nicest bit now to sit down and watch everybody else come in behind him. The field is spread over 1 hour and 3/4 today, so he's going to have a long wait. Now, as we go back out onto the course, this is the arrival of the Hong Kong rider, Juan Campo. He comes into Burnham Park and he gets second place and just over 1.5 minutes behind. What a recovery he's had today. At one stage, you know, he was 5 minutes back of Espiritu. Superb ride considering he was knocked off his bike by a flying bucket of water today. Now, this is third place. Arnold Kermit is going to take that, so it's first and third for the Philippine national team. But the eyes will turn towards Carlo Gieb, who comes up to the line now. Touch and go. You know, he might have shaved the race leader's yellow jersey by a matter of seconds. The fight back may have been successful. That's the stage victory. Espiritu over 5 3/4 hours in the saddle, 1:26 ahead of Juan Campo. And further down the list, we've got Bernardo Lentada taking 8th, and Tonton Sudanto, who hit the wall. He came home in 9th. So, victory then for Espiritu. He'll also take the lead in the San Miguel in the Mountains competition. Let's have a look at the crucial overall classification. Carlo Gieb is the race leader by just 23 seconds over Espiritu. Juan Campo is up to third, and the other riders now, there's big time gaps for all of them. But he doesn't look too happy. It's been a real serious day of racing for Carlo Gieb, but he's the man in yellow and he'll defend it tomorrow. Looking Looking at the teams, the international team is a great story for the Philippines now. They are so far ahead of Korea, having reversed the situation overnight. Malaysia is third.
In the regional competition, Pangasinan is on top, Northern Luzon second, Nueva Ecija in third. Here, after the killer lap in 97, the Filipinos making a major charge.
They are, you know, I really thought Korea were going to keep that big lead in the team, but now they've reversed the situation. The Philippines are back on top, and they have a big lead. This is a great day for the Philippines. They knew they had to attack in the mountains. They showed us all. They really are very courageous riders. They did well today, sir.
Exactly, and the Marlboro Tour, maybe for Victory Spears, who is thinking, maybe I can win it again. Let's find out tomorrow. This is where he took the cycle last year.